Hi, Democrats. Today is Tuesday, April 27th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. First of all, I owe you guys an apology. I'm here a little late today.
Hi, Democrats. This is Scott. I'm not sure what's going on, but we are having some technical difficulties. So I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes while Alicia tries to log back in. It's been a rather strange day for goblins to be hopping in and out of our internet connections. But I hope that you're having a good day. Happy Wednesday to you. Today is the 27th day of April, which means we are in the final stretch to finish out this month, which also means that we are just about ready to be in May. And that means that the primaries are coming so fast now. Our candidates are working so hard. I've talked to several candidates in the last few days, and they're saying things like, I've got my website ready, I've got my Act Blue, I'm still working on this, or we've still got to put this together. There's a lot going on with our candidates. So much that has to be done. And I have to tell you that every time I speak to a candidate or a campaign worker or a campaign professional, the first thing I do is thank them because they have all made great sacrifices for our party and most importantly for the state of Oklahoma. It means that this year voters truly do have an option of either hanging on to the same old corruption that has become the norm at our state capitol or going in a very different direction where people actually have hope, they have dreams, and they have a solid plan of achieving good quality public education, affordable health care for themselves and their families, and most importantly of all is the opportunity for economic advancement. Those are things that you absolutely will not hear from the other side of the aisle. They're too busy talking about guns. And I saw the Attorney General had an ad out today about I protect your Second Amendment rights. Well, buddy, how about this? How about you start doing something about transparency in government? Instead of blindly allowing our legislature to allocate nearly $750 million for some unnamed company to maybe come to Oklahoma from another country, how about we look at where all of the money that has just disappeared is going? I think he's afraid to do that because he knows that the truth will come out. And Oklahomans, when they know the truth, will make the right decision at the polls this year. The same thing that we've been talking about for weeks and months, and actually the last couple of years of this administration. It's incredible, not only the level of corruption that we're seeing on that side of the aisle, but we're also it's as if they have been granted license to do whatever they want without any consequences whatsoever. Well, I don't know about you, but I am tired of that. I'm tired of my tax dollars being given away to foreign entities to bring in good jobs in Oklahoma. Well, any job is a good job. I'll start by saying that, and I absolutely believe it. But why in the world will we spend that kind of money to come to Oklahoma for entry-level jobs, for jobs that do not pay a living wage? I don't understand it. It's more wool being pulled over the eyes of Oklahomans. And this level of corruption has got to come to an end. We've talked endlessly about the whole Swadley's Foggy Bottom thing. And the governor said, no, I don't even know them. Well, the owner of Swadley says, I've got his number in my pocket. So somebody's lying here, and I can guess that it may be more than one person. There are all these loud cries of demanding the resignation of the person who's in charge of tourism of our state, the tourism department. Do you know who oversees that? Our Lieutenant Governor Pinnell. You don't know that name? I don't blame you, because I honestly had to look up who our Lieutenant Governor was earlier this year, because he's been silent until now. He's running again. But let me tell you, we have hope because we have choices. The candidates that I have talked to are so excited this year, not just in helping people in their districts, but providing voices for people who don't have a Democrat in their districts. And that means that they truly will be representing everyone. And one of the things I keep hearing over and over and over, not just among candidates, but among Democrats, is we've got to root out this kind of corruption. It's bankrupting our state. It is trashing our economy. And perhaps worst of all, the world is noticing what is happening here. And if you are a business owner thinking of coming here, but you don't have the inroads or the desire to be a part of this corruption, then what happens? You go somewhere else. And I don't blame you. Friends, the corruption has to stop. And the only way we can make sure that happens is by electing more Democrats this year. This November, everyone talks about election years when we're having a presidential election, but let me assure you, this midterm election is one of the most important elections we've had in this state in a very, very long time, because we have the chance to get rid of the corruption and those who are responsible for it. So what does that mean? It means we've got to register people to vote. We've got to pick a candidate and support that candidate right now. I know it's still primaries, and I've heard people say, well, I don't want to support a candidate until after the primaries. Now is when they need your commitment. If a candidate is saying something that resonates with you, something that you believe in, then get behind that candidate. Ask how you can help. Knock doors, send postcards, call your friends, share their social media, and yes, you can always write a check. Speaking of that, your Oklahoma Democratic Party is not a handful of people sitting in an office. It's not a handful of people elected to serve. Instead, it's every person in this state registered as a Democrat. We all have a say, we all have a voice, and we all have a responsibility. I am excited by the things that I'm hearing from Dems around the state, and I hope that you are excited too, because together we can bring back something that Oklahoma hasn't had in a long, long time. And that's hope. Hope for tomorrow and hope for the future of our children and grandchildren and beyond. I promise you that we will work on our technical issues, and Alicia will be back in her usual spot tomorrow afternoon at 4:15. Until then, thank you so much for allowing me to spend a little time with you this afternoon. Take good care of each other. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow.